G'day. COVID-19 is still here, and so we're still in isolation. Now, last week we did the Morgan's Premium Starter Kit. As you can see, I've got all the bottles laid out here. Now what I've done is, this has got sanitizer in it. You see, this spoon has been in the sanitizer. What I've done today, I'll go through a couple of things. I've got a wash here to go through the still. I've got another beer here that I'm going to put in the keg. And of course we've got our lager that we're going to put into the bottles today. This comes with our starter kit. So we got the airlock, the tap, the thermometer, the fermenter, all the bottles. We've got our drops, we've got our sanitizer, and we also have in the sanitizer here the tube for bottling. So this will stick up here. I've got some sanitizer, I've got in a spray bottle here. I'll spray that in there first before I start, okay? And my phone's ringing.
It's Mary B.
We good? Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so, got all our bottles laid out here. I've sanitised these bottles in the sanitizer. What we're going to do is we're going to put a couple of carbonation drops. These are called carbonation drops. These are not lollies, people, don't eat them. Alright? If you've just got a little stubby, one in a bottle, but these aren't little stubbies, these are larger bottles. These are about 500 mils these bottles, so I'm not going to put carbonation drops in all of them because I'm not sure how many do it. Now, I've never done this before either, okay? So, just letting you know, if I stuff it up and end up with beer everywhere, I've never done this before, okay? In this bucket over here, we've got our caps. I've sanitised these. We've got just our caps going on the top of the bottles. Now, these are all reusable. Later on, after you've drank all your beer, clean them out as you're drinking it, stick them somewhere, let them dry, and then later on, put them back in the box even if you want. And then later on, when you make another beer, you can just use the bottles again. Or you can go and buy a pack of bottles from the Home Brew shop. Summary Home Brew Supplies, that's where I get my stuff from. Not a sponsor. All these videos are sponsored by me and my lovely wife. Alright, so let's get into it. Alright, we'll give this a bit of a sanitise. Alright.
Kirky wants to know if you sanitise the spoon.
The spoon is in the sanitizer, Kirky. It's all good, mate. Alright. Right, this has been in the sanitizer. This goes up here. I've got a chair here tonight because this is going to be a lot of squatting down otherwise. Alright, so we jam that up there. Might bring this out just a little. That might be a bit easier. Now, pull the airlock out because we're going to need the air to go through and down while we're bottling. Okay, so we'll start off with a couple of bottles here. Alright, let's see how we go. Stick that up there. Alright, now that fits. Turn the tap on. Let's see if we get a leak here now. Okay, it's filling up with beer. Alright, now let's go. Oh, it's working.
Hi, Willow.
As you can see, all the yeast in the bottom is sitting in the bottom here. Keep going. Come on, keep going. There we go. So we're going to leave these for a couple of weeks once we've bottled them all up. And we'll leave them in a warm spot. Not hot, but just inside the house. Alright. Nearly to the top. And stop. Alright. So when we pull the tube out, gives us a little bit of headspace.
That's really cool.
For it to work. Chuck the cap on this one. Screw it on tight. These will pressurise because these carbonation drops in the bottom here, they're sugar, basically. And what they do is there's still yeast in that inside the beer. And as we, alright, there is a little bit of a leak there. I'm going to do that so I won't talk too long without having a bottle there. As it sits in the warm room, the yeast eats the carbonation drops, and that's what carbonates your beer. But it also bumps up the alcohol a bit more. Now, Did the gravity on this on Thursday, and the gravity was down to almost 0, which is great. And I did the gravity again yesterday, and it was the same. And I did the gravity again today, and it was good again. So that's how you know when you've got it right, is your gravity will stay. You'll stop having bubbles come out your fermenter, out your top of your airlock on your fermenter. Phone's ringing. Alright, so a couple of carbonation drops in there.
Sorry, guys.
I'm not going to do all of these bottles on camera because that'll get pretty bloody boring.
That was my father.
But it's all good. I'll do a few.
Say hi to Willow. She's watching.
Hi, Willow.
Love you, Willow.
Willow's my niece. She has a little sister now too. I haven't met Harper yet, but I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to.
Greg. Do you want to answer?
I wish people would stop ringing while I'm in the middle of making a video. Alright. So there's 3. You know what the go is. I'll do the rest of these off camera in a minute. What I'll do is just shut that tap off. Now that's how easy it is. Now what we're going to do is I'll bottle the rest of these up and I'll stick them in the box here. In a couple of weeks on camera, because I'll still be in lockdown, no doubt. In a couple of weeks on camera, I'll pour one out. We'll stick them in the fridge for a couple of weeks, then we'll stick them in the fridge for a couple of days. And then we'll pour one out, we'll give it a look, see how nice and clear it is and all that sort of stuff.
Flo said they used to put a blanket on the brew and sit it in front of a fire. It'd be ready in 2 days.
Oh, yeah, you could do that, but that'll pressurise this a lot.
That's where the explosions happen.
Yeah.
The old...
If you, now, these little carbonation drops here,
Hi, Xavier.
I'll give you a little tip, alright? These carbonation drops, they will increase the alcohol inside this bottle. Don't be fooled by thinking if you put 3 or 4 in there, you'll increase the alcohol. Because what will happen is that'll build up more and more pressure because the yeast will eat more and more drops and they'll explode. That's in the old days. The old blokes used to stick them under their beds and stuff, and in the middle of the night things would start exploding. It's just no good. Alright? So, that's pretty much it. Get down to the Home Brew supply, get one of these kits. You can buy them on eBay. You can buy them at pretty much any Home Brew supply. You can get them. You can get kits at Woolworths. All right, and start making yourself some beer. It's a 3-week process before you can drink the beer. But if you do one this week and you do one next week, I've pretty much shown you how quick and easy it is to make it if you sanitize your spoon. All right, so everyone knows how easy it is to do. Give it a go, and I may come back to you later in the week with another short video on how to put this beer into a keg. Stay tuned, we might even just do a little short video tomorrow night, how to put this one into a keg. Alright, thanks for watching, catch you later.